To the fastest chaos. Zaryab in the red as the Magyars. Ganji here in the round of 17. No, the round of 16. And he was second place in DM World Cup 5. I don't know why I said the number 17. But that's how many years old TomSnuffles was when he was a true DM pro. And now he's turned 18 and he's here with me.
Absolutely. And this is, as we mentioned a little bit earlier in our preamble, this is an interesting matchup. I'm very excited to see how the Gajaras are going to go, if we're going to lean into that sort of elephant archer play, or if we're going to go heavy into camels.
Zaryab has added 2 stables. I thought against Gajaras you might even want to start by Rex CA or like 1 Rex and then 1 range. He's making quite some ranges, so we will see the Cav Archer rush here. We do also see some heavy tiers to defend. I don't know how much the Paladins will contribute here, but maybe they're nice for dragging back the villagers still in the rush.
I mean, the Paladin is still Paladin. Even if you only get like 2 or 3 in just to be a nuisance, like they take so much damage. They're so tanky. 180 HP, even against camels chasing them down, means that, you know, one of those paladins still managed to run in, even though it was being surrounded. So useful, definitely useful. But this is probably the most unrushy game that I've seen so far. Like, nothing has happened. They walked in, they ran away.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Zaryab is like massing his Cav Archer. Is also quite housed. To a starting army here of helps. Yeah, I would have expected the Cav Archers to run left, right the base in little groups and try to snipe a lot of villagers.
It kind of feels like Ganji was looking for that. Is looking for aggression that sort of hasn't materialized. Gone for the front. Ganji's probably has slightly better army comp right now.
Yeah, I think so. He's made a really good job of getting fast to heavy camel riders and elite elephant archers. Yeah. That is very gold heavy, but very, very powerful. And he's working on the market now, and I think nobody's took the market yet. Maybe you want to take the market away from Gajaras if they go so late, because they definitely want to sell some wood.
He's gone for such a defensive play as well. Like, 3rd castle finishing already. Like, he's locking himself down. It's looking really nice so far.
Yeah, I think he was expecting aggression here, and now we have the big fight here. Not all of the army fighting for Mr. Ganji.
I mean, do you just try and get some of these camels in on the Cav Archer? Because you want to cut down their number as much as possible. Onager.
Yeah, they are going
forward. Just a few handy Onager shots.
The problem is the Ele Archers, right? In this phase of the game, there's not much that Magyars can do against the Elephant Archers. Probably should. I would like to see some more Onagers, maybe. Like, Onagers are coming from Ganji to defend them already. But those could at least be sniped by the unique unit of the Magyars.
Oh. The Onager shots have been handy, but the Cav Archers actually have enough health. They can just tank those shots. The difference between Onager and Siege Onager is massive. Like, it's so huge.
Yeah, kind of need multiple shots to start killing. On the second shot they die. They usually survive like 1 shot. Siege Elephants in the mix there as well, which I'm not sure if that does too much against Magyars. We've got Trebuchets coming, and Ganji it has a forward position here. Now the riders are coming in. I think very useful to dodge some arrows there. Look what Ganji's doing with them, right? He's even out-microing the ballistics so they hold longer with their shields in the middle of the fight there.
What a little try-hard. Nice little castle denial to the north. Zaryab has some paladins just keeping an eye out for expansion. And at the same time has started to sort of lock down some map control for himself down south. Castle on the gold. So, I mean, this is just going to be a slow back and forthy game. I'm glad it wasn't a steamroll. There was definitely a worry of Ganji sort of just taking control of the game. But that's definitely not happening.
Very impressed and a bit surprised by how good the fights are that Zaryab is taking here. Like, I didn't expect the Magyars to be able to take so good engagements.
It's how like the Halb has actually done wonders, because they're still, if they get close to the elephants, they have so much bonus damage that it is actually effective.
Wow, how can they kill those Iliaches? Yeah, also, like, I guess it's what Snuffles saying, right? The mixed in halberdiers that are kind of hiding in between the other units. And I guess at least they have more attack on the CA as well. They're really crushing that, wow. Like, I think everybody in chat who expected, like, Gujaras to dominate here is surprised, but it's also the kind of game that Zaryab really likes to play. Make one army and micro that down in the middle. That's his specialty. Now he's also starting to raid with CA on the farm eco. Something that with the food heavy units of Gujaras they really need.
I mean, we've managed to do a good job of expanding that eco, though by having 25 idols, it's actually even, pretty much. The efficient working economy is even. So the raids
are over. The villagers should go back to work again. Yeah, it's really nice quick farming placement by Ganji.
100 vills already. Nice, tasty boom. This is I think the bigger worry for Zaryab is that if he lets himself gets too outscaled, that he's not going to be able to deal with production. Though he's still got loads of res, so it's like he's fine.
Deletes the castle, puts it back as the onagers are coming in, and the Cavachers have to retreat, but Paladins getting into that onager mask quite nicely for Zaryab, who is kind of the big underdog here on paper. Yeah. Like, Ganji's the second place in the world currently, and Zaryab around the top 16 mark, I would think. But I was the only one saying Zaryab might do well in this matchup here, right? The only one giving him 1 or even 2 games in predictions.
I'm pretty sure I said at the very, very start in chat, I said Zaryab OP, please nerf. I said that. So I had a feeling that he he could bring some joy. He's definitely brought some joy so far. His military mass is fantastic. He's double the military, you know, and it's not dying as well. He's keeping his Cav Archer mass pretty high.
Thanks, Patata. Covered for high. That was a nice shot, but I guess the onager went down.
Yeah, it's just that
I'm really going down too. That's a lot of farms around the area where Zaryab's pushing. I really like the angles.
The surrounds are nice. The way that Zaryab is mixing in just a few paladins, just a few paladins to pick off siege, has been really, really effective. It's really nice unit control as well. Loop down to the south, he's got little bits of military, just keeping an eye out. So does Ganji, by the way. Like, Ganji has military hidden all over the shop, just trying to catch any cheeky little sneaky expansions out there. But he's so behind in overall military that he sort of feels like he's losing the important fights.
Even though now it looks like Zaryab's fights are getting a bit worse. I mean, he killed a few castles, which isn't too bad, but I think Tanner has to go back now here. Zaryab behind his 3-1 relics, so also doing good on that front. And nice raid still on the other side as well, but Ganji has some pesky units around. But are they on stand ground? Or probably just queue together points there, I guess. They missed like 11 villages they could kill here.
That's rough. We've lost pretty much our entire Cav Archer mass, and the Elephant Archers are just very hard to kill. Very, very hard to kill. And we've got some Chakrams in the mix. I like Chakram. I think Chakram is a great method of throwing in some extra stuff, especially with the halbs that have been in the field. But they die so quick to the Cav Archer. Interesting.
I mean, we have 1 on the field right now. At the same time.
Do you think it was a misclick? He was trying to make trebs.
No, I think when there was a lot of heavies, he was considering them, and then like it was mainly CA armies, so he doesn't want them right now. There's still a gold in the north that kind of nobody is controlling. Zaryab is controlling a bit with a few of his calves. Expansion now by Ganji there as well, and the game is kind of slowing down now, both people dividing the map a bit, and it's time for Ganji to start an attack with 3 trebuchets in the middle, but he, like those 13 Magyar Hussars standing around, could just run in and snipe the siege, and then Ganji will have to wait again. Maybe not.
I mean, they're both pop capped. One of them has gone for more eco, and one of them's gone for more military. But I think that it's just more pop efficient. Like Ganji's military is just that little bit more efficient.
Oh, an elephant bugged into the trees. That's why Ganji was laughing.
Thanks, DE.
Heavy managed to close to the elephant archers. That is good. And now, where the Magyar Hussar? Who's sniping the traps? Nobody's sniping the traps. They're actually surviving. And they did kill the front castle. Therefore, Fudika a bit exposed now at the front by Zaryab. But also with the earlier castle kills, Zaryab finding some nice spots to raid. Eco KD 50-3 in favor of the Magyar player.
Mad. But this isn't necessarily hurting Ganji a huge amount because he had so many more vills. Like his eco boom was just so much better.
Yeah, Zaryab kind of doesn't like eco too much. He always likes to have the bigger army than the opponent usually, and like typical Zaryab eco is 70 to 90 vills, whereas most people go for 100 till 220.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like it was almost working for him, but he's just out of steam.
No.
Like he's got no way of dealing with this mass, and now that he's behind in military and behind in economy, he's going to very, very much struggle to deal with the mass of Gujara units.
Yeah, especially as the elephant archers are already standing in his farming economy, so he can only use 24 of his farms and not really using the forward one. They're even being killed.
Oof. They're so tanky. Be very different. Like, turns out, who would have thunk that siege onager is such an important thing against Gujaras?
It is. Or battle elephants tend to be good against them as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen a horrific amount of monk micro today, so I don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
I think it's very tough to do against, like, especially since these elephants have range. I've seen Kelar do it in old Indian wars a lot, and it seemed to work pretty fine there, but most DMers aren't trying to monk against daily archers.
I can appreciate that. I hate monks so much. I hate them so much. All I ever do is
I like monks.
Die to monks.
In our end.
When my poor swords are being converted, I'm like, no, leave my sword.
Are people going monks against longswords?
Everybody just wants to bully me. That's what that is. Some big hits there, just eating the shots, but they're strong. Like these cav archers are strong, even with only 80 HP. They're just taking ages to die.
The elephant archers even more HP. Now the Magyar Hussar coming in, trying to go for the onagers, I believe. No, they're just fighting the Eli archers. And it's quite a lot of them, right? To tank some fire, maybe some heavies in the mix, but the heavies all died, so... Nah, I don't think the Magyar Hussar will do enough damage.
They do get all of the siege, which I guess is their job. Like, the whole point of them is to get rid of that siege, but there's some siege elephants, more trebs on the way. I mean, this is probably close to calling it territory. Close.
Yeah, Magyars, if they can keep CA alive, have ultra win condition after gold is gone. How much gold is there for Ganji to mine still? I don't see much.
I don't see any. That's a good point.
He's on that middle gold that nobody had for a while. And there's actually 2k on that still, so... might be enough to finish the game. I think without that gold, wouldn't be enough probably.
With this castle going down, there's no safe eco really left for Zaryab, other than down south. Positionally, I think he's in some dire straits.
Yeah, Pop is 130 to 200, and he doesn't really have... Like, he needs always to drive Zaryab back and kill the siege until eventually kind of the Elephant Archers can't be replaced anymore, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the relics, doesn't he? So maybe that's it, he's just trying to drag it. 3 relics.
Yeah, Megas always want to drag it, usually.
Yeah.
Especially with relics, yeah.
But will he have the chance? I mean, Ganji has gone into Hussar, so we have them in the mix to just do some nuisancey raiding. And as soon as you start seeing Hussar, it is telling you that gold is now definitely an issue for Team Blue. Oh, adverts. How did I get adverts? I thought I was subscribed. Tragic. I'll have to fix that later.
You're getting adverts on my... But you're watching from in-game too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not. That's why I only just noticed it. It's playing out the corner of my eye. Wait, what? I don't want to know about ITVX. Go away. There you go. And he's actually successfully pushing this back.
Yeah, just sniped all the siege, and there's the Kelar just behind.
Paladin, extra valuable now. The worry of dealing with the massive camels is gone. Having that gold saved up and throwing out some paladins in the mix to tank fire and chase down some sieges, this is good.
And if Zaryab can take his forward gold now again, he can maybe keep this going. And Ganji really doesn't want to move back right now, as he is spending his last gold on this push. Right? He has the 1k, but that North gold is empty now. And he's got only 1 relic. Zaryab is giving himself another chance here.
Yeah. It's just so easy for Magyars to snipe siege. Like, it's so easy.
Yeah, that's a really annoying part about them, if you're playing against them.
You have to have your whole army protecting your tiny little siege. And if you leave them exposed for even a moment, like one Magyar Hussar runs over, and look at how quick they shred through trebs. It's just dirty.
Yeah, that forward castle will be crucial though. I think Ganji really needs that to protect his push to Trebuchet, the castle that is protecting the monasteries, but it doesn't look like that castle is going up. That is huge if this castle can get denied by Zaryab. I think the game might be decided if this castle eventually goes up or not.
Well, it's a nice centralized position. The Hussar are diving in. You should be able to push this back.
Yeah, if the castle goes up, like Ganji can kill the relics. That's why I think it's that central.
Yeah.
Some people call it ads. I call it friendly reminder that I can use Prime to sub
Some
for free.
people call it ads. I call it friendly reminder that I can use Prime to sub for free. Very sensible. Very
Perfect.
sensible.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Patata.
Ah, I love this. You will not kill my trebs. I will wall them in with houses. It doesn't work and they still dive in.
But the camels have an easier time catching them this way, I guess. Wall's not allowed in this tournament, so that's why Ganji is doing it with houses.
Yeah.
Really like the move. Camels they're trying to do something. The castle falls next to the relics.
GG.
And yeah, their position was that important, right? Zaryab calls it GG, but I think that was very close game.
Yeah, I think Zaryab had the game in almost in hand. Like, he was so close. If he'd managed to drag it out just that little bit, he definitely might have taken it. But solid eco and just the Gajara tenacity, I guess, carries this through. 1 to Ganji.
Yeah, I mean, Eli Archer's really hard to deal with still for me, I guess, right? And Ganji's nice, quick economy, so if he hadn't had made eco that fast, then I think those side raids after the start fights by Zaryab would have been able to do more and maybe give him control of the game and enough time to go late game.
I mean, just these surviving elephants had killed 89 units. That's mad.
They are beastly. And a really nice move to finish it, right? The houses as well. Really like that game 1, and I think Zaryab performing really nicely against the top 2 of the world as well in a difficult Civ matchup. That I think Megas have their moments where they can win. The rush wasn't as strong, or Ganji defended it well. But Zaryab playing more for that late window, and it almost worked.
Almost.
Good jars and Megas are gone.
I mean, that was Zaryab's first pick as well.
Yeah, that's true.
That's his comfy. But he's got Marlians right there, ready to go. Raring. And actually, I like his Zaryab's draft a little bit more. I don't know how amazing Britain Deathmatch is. Is it
Britons are
amazing?
good. Yeah, they're really good.
Oh.
But yeah, Britain's Portuguese, I mean, it doesn't S tier. Malians is really good. Especially against Britons, I guess.
I guess the bans have just really unfortunate for everybody this time. I mean, Poles gone, Sicilians gone, no Franks, but Franks boring anyway. Lithuanians, no Mayans.
There's not much Zaryab has against Bengalis, I feel. But it doesn't look like that's what they're going for game 2. I see they've started.
Turks do okay.
No, Turks are terrible against Bengalis.
They can make they can make some spears. Yeah, exactly. They can make some spears.
But we've got Tatars and Portuguese and a very crazy map. I'm at 23 seconds.
I don't even see it.
I just used spec dashboard.
That's what I was trying to find. There we go.
It's in the tournament section. So this is like water nomad with a little bit of land, so you have plenty of docking opportunity. We do have a land hill in the middle with a neutral market, and both players are starting with markets.
Great market rush. Okay.
And it's a fantastic map for Portuguese, but at least it's hilly, I guess.
I've never been a. Yeah, I'm not a huge Portuguese lover.
Because you don't think they're good, or because you don't like to play against them?
Either. Yeah.
I think they're massively underrated when it comes to DM in these settings. And caravels would be really nice here, I think.
What second did you say you were at?
The number of the Illuminati, 23.
Fantastic. I'm there, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go whenever you are.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. There is some nice hills, but I have no clue what Tatars do against Portuguese Navy on this map.
Yeah, Portuguese really gonna have a pretty, I would say, strong advantage on this. At the same time, Tatars, there's a lot of fucking hills here. Like, there's a lot of hills here. That bonus damage might be good. I'm expecting some big demo fun, though. Look at how much demo action we can have. I'm enjoying the trade. The trade is fun.
Ganji is betraying you in that respect, because he's starting Galleon on a hybrid map. On a mangrove map. I think you should start demo here. Especially if there's a Step Lancer and Cavalry Rush coming, which I think demos would have an easier time defending. Not really going for the villagers, those classic mangrove hills. Yeah, don't we all know them? Hey, Aemons. Big sponsor of this tournament as well.
Gotta love some water hills. You know, the most legitimate of all Age of Empires things.
It's waves. But I don't know
It's
how many
waves.
waves we should supposed to have on Mangrove Shadows, so... Yeah. It's
So
a
far,
storm in the mangroves here, okay?
the rush wasn't huge, and the demos are now in, and they are heavy demos. So if they land, the boobs, oh, there we go.
First one landed. Zaryab is now going for his own dogs and some counter demos. The best thing against demos usually is other demos, even if you don't get heavy. But yeah, Tatar Navy sadly isn't really the strongest. I think it might have been the decision here by Zaryab, even though I love the craziness of the map, so would like to see even water battles.
This probably won't be a long game 2.
Demos now coming in from Zaryab, sadly not heavy, and Galleon's doing quite a good job against him. Castle in the back though, Genji starting very defensively, like look at this 5 TC setup in the back of his base behind Castle. Army from him nowhere to be seen. Pure Navy approach by the Swedish player.
I think it's absolutely the correct way to go. The Portuguese strongest thing is their navy. They're pretty darn top tier for that. The demos are good, but not good enough, I would say.
Yeah, no, kind of partly pathing onto the docks. And I was about to say, where are the caravels? Where are the scorpions of the sea that are especially, oh boy, big demo head to the right. They're especially good against land units with their pass-through damage, as 30 of them get queued by Mr. Ganji. That castle might get stuck at 95%. Well, 94.88. Close. Gains out as well. Zaryab now trying to go for his own galleons, his own navy, but he's quite outnumbered in that. Still has overall more military pop, and I feel like these cav archers and the land units, yeah, they're looping around now to the back, so the demo defense here has to be on point for Ganji's eco.
What eco? What eco? There's nothing there.
Well, 5 TCs, I guess.
5 TCs just doing next to nothing. He's just chilling out. You don't need food in this.
We need wood,
he's
though.
Never gonna touch it. He's gonna need loads of wood, but and he's actually out already. He's gonna have to transition onto wood pretty hard.
He queued some ships now, I think. That's why he's getting more. Oh, he's buying it. I don't see the notification, so I think who's DQing. Zaryab a lot of docks around the middle here. I guess they're down here.
You've got to secure that middle so you can guarantee your safe trade.
Keshiks seem to be very good against ships. I mean, they've got extra Pierce armor. We do have a, like... This is so interesting because we're seeing land and water combined army against pure water armies. That's some amazing demos by Zaryab.
That's brilliant. Holy crap. Eat my words, this will be a short game. No siree.
No way! Like, Zaryab, like, he also won 2 games with Italians in this tournament, which were clearly outserved. If Zaryab wins pure mangrove map with Tatars against Portuguese, he's the breaker of it's a Civ win. It was a nice engagement for him. I mean, still, like, the tower set up by Ganji is nice, it's good defense, and he keeps the position, but it was a little bit of a hype moment to see cavalry charge into ships.
Who doesn't like a brilliant, beautiful cavalry charge? But the navy is there. Ganji still looking pretty tidy. His eco building is again solid, 69 vills, which is nice. And at the back of this, with the cannon galleons, he should be able to start just slowly chipping away at the production buildings.
And Zaryab can always fall back at least to a hill here with his navy, and like, water hills are really strong, and then with Tatars, but mainly Zaryab is the one fighting up here. Here comes another cavalry charge. And David says Caravel stuck with his high Pierce armor units. Yeah, true, their damage output isn't too good. Still massive caravan queue though, and it seems like the Keshiks are still getting mowed down. If you have it in the mix, they're helping out quite a bit. heavy navy fights to the right as well. And I have another question for you, Amons. That probably Amons is the only person that can answer me that in the whole Age of Empires 2 community. Do flaming camels have a bonus against ships?
That's an interesting one.
They don't. Yeah, I thought I looked it up at one point already, and I think they don't. But it would have been so cool if they had.
I'm sad that that is not the case. They should have bonus damage against ships. It's a flaming camel. Of course they should damage ships.
It's flaming. It would even make sense, right? For once, the camels with ship bonus would make sense because, like, it's basically a demo ship. So on the whole camel.
Oh, this is getting a little dire. We're low on wood. Our navy is now small. Our eco is small, and we're pretty much at pop cap for Ganji. Other than the fact that he's not got enough houses down.
What is in that castle? It's cav archers. So he isn't trying if they have bonus damage. I just wanted to do a flaming camel charge into ships.
It would be satisfying.
Yeah, but now
Zaryab is like holding fine. Like he's so good. Like he definitely deserves to be here, right? Like there's no way he doesn't with this kind of play. It's just solid, pushing Ganji this far.
Yeah, I think Zaryab's playing really good here. It will become a little bit harder for Ganji now, as he will have to push uphill into the base. Does have the cannon gates behind that. And, I don't know if Tatars. I think Tatars even get elite cannon gate in, but I'm not entirely sure.
I do kind of feel like it. He's doing fine. I'm like, is it worth mixing in some fires into this? No, probably not. I think we just go with this attrition.
I would like to see Hussar here from Zaryab. You have Hussar with extra pierce armor. The only thing you don't need for ships is food. I guess you need stone for ships in a way with all these towers and castles.
Because he's losing his castles, he doesn't have any way of producing anything. He's just getting housed for days. Having to have loads of vills just
I was pointing out that that one cannon gain on the right has been killing houses for the last 3-4 minutes.
How annoying.
Battle of not being fully popped, but also it's the battle of caravans killing everything, I feel now. As the land units have kind of gone. I think if those 10k food were Hussar, would be a chance for Zaryab to hold, but he never really went for too many stables, or they got killed? I don't know what happened to his stables. I saw step lances at the start of the game, but
I think he just made one.
Okay, maybe.
One.
Yeah, there's the one.
Stable, couple of step lances. And there's the GG.
Ganji's good taste in civs and decent fortune on the map gen. I think. Tatars, I think, on every map aren't great against Portuguese, though. It isn't only the ships. Like, they also have trouble stopping open guns.
Definitely doesn't help, though, does it? Like,
no.
It's possibly arguably the best civ for this map. Gen that you could have had. Like, what else? Italians?
Oh, Berbers or Spanish would be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, maps like Kilimanjaro, Atacama, yeah. See that. Tatars are relatively good against caravels because of more pierce armor. We saw quite some Keshik charges into the ships. It seemed to work for a bit, but then it didn't really.
It's just numbers. Like, you'd have to have so many Keshiks for it to, like, really work. And I just don't think you're going to get to the numbers required because it's not a unit that you're making from a stable. So the docks are always going to outproduce you. And in games of attrition, like, you're just going to end up losing out. Especially because all it takes is for there to be mixed in a heavy demo and your charge is completely nerfed.
Yeah, or a few helps like we saw. But I still think like adding in Mass Hussar Or at least using the 10k food that is still at depth for Hussar would maybe been able to help him, but probably not enough to win the map save combination. And that gives us a 2-0 here. Ganji using his top 2 picks though. And Zaryab still has the Malians, who beat everything in Ganji's roster. Bengalis might have a chance.
Oh, and they're straight in. They're not taking any time. Jesus.
We do see your swords matchup.
We do see my swords matchup. I think this is for me should be pretty good for Malians. I'm just saying, I think Malians should do fine here.
I certainly hope so. I won't see Game 4. And I think Malians should. It will be interesting if you see Barrack start or David start on Malians. I would like to see Barrack start. I'm at 11 seconds.
Oh, okay. Let me just hop up to 11 seconds for you.
And rip my words.
And I'm at 11 seconds, so ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, let's go. And it is stables for Zaryab. But he's also adding barracks behind that, so
yeah,
we're hopefully gonna see some swords.
Oh, we're gonna see some swords. We're so gonna see some swords. Stable just to help with the rush. Interesting going for Cavalier, but I guess against Britons that's not the end of the world. And we're going straight in for the range. Wow, we're not even. I would have loved for Ganji to go for his own full barrack play. You know, start Hal, but then do Britain champions. Britain champions are better in a one-on-one fight than the Malian champs. And I think that if we were like champion longbow, that might do pretty good actually for the Brits.
Yeah, that's usually the best composition against Malians when it comes to RM late game as Britons, definitely. Cavalier Rush, doing quite a bit actually. 4 kills there, I think at least 1 or 2 were also the starting Hussar here. So maybe the kind of lower, but it's like 6 barracks, it's not like, no. What's the time for a re as Zaryab after the time for a re has passed? But why would he want to read this? He killed 4 villagers. Oh no, Ganji killed 4 villagers. Oh boy, that's why he was asking that. Oh, I thought like it's the Malians rushing, so the Malians of the 4 villagers. But Ganji with his scout killed 4 villagers here?
Yeah.
Against the Teak VTC? How is that even possible?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, poor Zaryab with the tilt.
I was just looking at the other side because I would think the action would be there with the rush. It was a hero? Oh yeah, it is. It's still alive even. It's Zavzizar the Black. It's still alive for Zaryab at least. Oh yeah, it's a 17+7 Hussar. Oh, but it looks like a Hussar. That's so deceiving. Yeah, I guess that's why like Zaryab could lose that.
Good damage.
I mean, yes, 9 to 14 villagers. It's not like the end of the world. The pop is quite close still. But it just meant like the Britons survived to start fine. Which is already a win for them. 5 castles going up in the base, so will be a lot of longbows.
And there we go, champions being produced.
After the last stream, I asked for predictions for Nunes, and I think everybody but me predicted it. I predicted 3-1 or 3-2. Tom predicted Zaryab OP earlier, I guess.
It's a solid prediction. I stand by that. But he has been a little nerfed by Ganji coming in so hard.
Yeah, also not the most fortunate maps up for Zaryab so far. This is certainly the best matchup for him in the set. But it wasn't a great start now. He has good map control right now, but I don't think he has enough population to stop the slow Britain creep, at least for a bit now.
Yeah, he needs to get that mass up. But like, look at the military difference. It's 130 to 50.
Yeah, that's the disgusting things about Britain. Everything is so cheap that you don't need eco. They're hacking.
Onagers are good. I love the onagers, but just the range of those longbows mean that the onagers aren't actually getting as much done as they'd like. Champions are starting to take down the siege, and capped ram is just not. Cap ram is just not great. Siege ram, great against Britons. Cap ram, nah, dies too quick.
It's a bit sad for the Malians that they. But I think like if you have enough champions in front by the Malians, and then the onagers behind getting the hits, that would work. But the champ skulls just aren't on field.
No, that's what we need. We need champ skulls, not skirm. Elite skirm is not
without
not
bracer as well. Yeah. That's why you have a champion bonus with Malians, so you don't need to go skirm.
Yeah, but we are pretty close to being out of gold. Our production is kind of behind, and I just don't think Zaryab has anything. It feels like he's not got anything in the tank right now. He's got no answer to this massive military. So many longbows.
Yeah,
Brits being OP.
Brits being OP, yeah, a bit, but also I think a full 9 barracks. Gemskull opening into Gemskull as well would have done better here than all those stables.
Yeah.
Like, Zaryab is also not spending his food. He could still switch into them.
It might just be a little bit too late.
It is late, certainly.
So basically, again, what we've seen is that when... Oh, nice onager shots. Is that when somebody has Malians, the best civ in the game, and they don't make loads and loads of swords, they die. Because every other unit that Malians make is just wrong. It's just the wrong choice.
Yeah, we saw, like, Daywalk, I think, barracks starting with Malians against Coming, and there Malians won.
Of course they won. It's the best. Like nobody.
Oh, it's rage.
Everybody's taking it. I'm wrong, but I'm just here preaching the good preach, spreading the gospel truth.
And Zaryab is still trying to make something happen. He's pushing from the south, made a lot of ranges towards it, some siege workshops, working on a second castle there. Wants to open another angle, wants to use mobility, which is why he prefers Cav, I guess. Problem is, I don't think he'll be fast enough pushing from the south to trade bases here in time.
I mean, he's only got 20 military up against 110. And one thing that the Britons are just completely dirty for is, as you said, like having that super cheap military that also doesn't die because of the range of those longbows. Just means that they don't need like a huge 100 vil eco, because they work absolutely fine at like 70, 80 vils. Like 90 is almost an overboom for the Britons. Like it's wild, and this push is untouchable.
Zarab's doing a great job expanding his eco everywhere to delay this, but we'll keep on trying because it's the last game of him in the fastest chaos. Probably. His venture pop's looking good.
But you just can't drag this out against Britons. And I think even worse is that you can't... Like, even if this goes into a trash fight, it's a trash fight that you lose. Because your trash options are just not as good. Don't get how your skirms don't get...
good.
They're great, but no.
It's Otter! It's Otter! It's Otter! Come and shoot! Oh god, you could have killed all the longbows!
The disappointment from Otter is almost better than the if it had gone through and hit. Love that.
Next fetch, come on. Come on. Ah! No siege engineers.
No, oh, that's a huge thing. And I guess the other thing to forget, and I often do, is just how ridiculous Warwolf Treb is. Like, they don't need Siege Onager, they've got Trebs that do that for them.
Hamza, you think the glorious shot that would flatten 50 longbows at the same time is not important?
He can produce a lot more. It's true. He can produce an awful
No,
lot
he
more.
can't.
army,
He doesn't have
especially
wood. Ah, he has a Q though.
Like, he's been pop capped for ages. He has no qualms about losing that. The score difference between the two of them is massive, and we've never been able to really get above 20 military in the last kind of like 6 or 7 minutes. We're like housed forever.
I was also trying to hit of a like point of aesthetic importance.
Oh, at least there's some adorable Alfreds having a nice little run around. That's cute. Alfred the alpaca. Oh,
it almost got shot by the TC. The Alfred I'm watching.
Do you think... I mean, Alfred seems like he does kind of wild damage.
He does, if he's allowed to attack, which on these maps he isn't. Alfred is the best unit in the game. if he gets close, I think he kills a Cobra car, right?
I think I watched a video where they had all of the cheat units having a little tournament. Can't remember who did that.
There's a Spirit of the Law video about that, but I think the guy, like, Cobra car players cheating by microing against Alfred.
Oh, we can't have micro.
Nah.
That's no good. At least we've managed to make it so we're no longer permanently housed for Zaryab. That is definitely an improvement from his previous position. But he's about to be sandwiched between 2 piles of longbows. He doesn't actually have a response to the onagers either.
Or to the towers that are spawning everywhere now. Another annoying feat of the Britons having like extra damage on their towers. It isn't like that big, but it always makes Briton players make them. Towers just are annoying. Any case, and too annoying for Zaryab to go on here with this little nomadic lifestyle. And Ganji goes on and will set camp in the quarterfinals.
Swift set. Like very speedy, and yet I think Zaryab played pretty darn good, certainly in game 1. I think that was what he managed to do with that hold was amazing. I was very impressed with him in game 1. Game 2 was also a bit of a civ loss.
Yeah, for the civ loss that game 2 was, he played it really good though, I think.
Yeah.
Kaku says, I feel like I see Ganji every day in a different tournament. I think he played 2 tournaments today as well.
Feels bad. Right, well, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed my short time casting for the, what is it, hour? Not even full hour? Speedy. Ganji just not giving us time. I wouldn't have even finished an entire bottle of booze if this had been a drunk cast. Tragic.
My plan was a bit too rich with the Ring of Fire 4 until the next TFC set, but the Ring of Fire 4 set that I wanted to cast also starts in an hour. I would have invited you to stay for that, if you want, but now it's in an hour.
I have some dinner for me to be having, so that's what I'm going to do. It's been a blast having a short little cast with you. Chat, thank you for being the chat. And I guess I'll see you all next time.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom.
Deathmatch Excellent. Catch you later. Ciao.